This is Hyunwoo, and bro just landed the best job in all of anime by sheer luck. He's now going to be surrounded by a bunch of famous girls, which just so happens to be the exact same group he's been a super fan of since their inception, so he's hiding his pure excitement. But unbeknownst to him, all 5 members of the girl group secretly joined a sussy competition behind his back, where all 5 will battle it out to see who can visit his banana tree plantation and receive a rice cake destroying from him first. And literally on day 1 at the new job, the leader of the group, Suryan, instantly makes the first strike by baiting our boy into a corner and asking him for some help with unhooking some of her defensive armor. Of course, Hyunwoo was totally flabbergasted that Suryan had no problems activating an invisibility potion on her armor right in front of him, but it's too late for him. His banana tree already started to grow up. And before he knew it, Hyunwoo's body walked on its own just to help out Suryan, so he actually agrees and learns French by saying "pardon me" for a few seconds. Now with his new love language learned, he continues to the point where Suryan's legendary pyramids of Giza instantly popped out of the desert sand, looking like the prime candidate to see how well an artist can really draw a watermelon. Now with her trap card fully activated like a masterful Yu-Gi-Oh player, Hyunwoo snaps back to his senses, so he swiftly looks away totally embarrassed. But the damage has already been done. Suryan then decides to combo her trap card into an expert attack by turning around on her brand new Herman Miller chair and continues by asking Hyunwoo why would she need to slap on a new rare chest plate since she likes the airbending breeze. Mere seconds later, with a stun lock, Hyunwoo still frozen in time, Suryan finishes her attack by grabbing his hand and guides him through his first ever visit through a pyramid. Regardless, he refuses to believe this is real life right now, so he goes on with her sussy plan, only to get more flustered by the second. But since he's a Miami Heat fan, he only stares and keeps his hand on one basketball like a chump as the Denver Nuggets blew them out of Game 1. Eventually, he looks away as he can't keep watching his team get totally outmatched, so he tells Suryan to slap on some armor, as he knows Game 2 will be another total blowout and they will get swept. However, bro totally underestimated the leader of a top K-pop group since she ends up ignoring his request, and instead, Suryan removes some brand new plate legs and proceeds to whip out her open basketball net without any defenders, whilst pushing Hyunwoo to the nearest wall. Our boy then starts to think he's going crazy as there's no way this is really happening right now, since he's been playing too much Street Fighter 6 and Diablo 4, so he orders Suryan to calm down as things are escalating faster than an escalator at Universal Studios. Unfortunately for him, Suryan decides to keep on attacking with her basket totally wide open, but then the Sussy Nation attacked, causing Suryan to proceed with an inspection of his banana tree plantation. Things then get more heated than a burning Hot Pocket or Pizza Pop, as Hyunwoo ends up experiencing what's it like to swish a basketball from the 3-point line, sending him into another dimension. Anyways, long story short, bro makes a face looking like he really needs to do a number 2 straight to the bathroom, but he holds in his Taco Bell like a champ and allows Suryan to play a game called Who Can Ride the Raging Bull the Longest. Meanwhile, the rest of the girl group are all busy fast asleep as they eat too much amazing Korean food, so they found themselves in a food coma with some food babies. However, the ground starts to shake tremendously due to the immense shockwaves emanating from Suryan's room, but the girls are still barely bothered by it as they can sleep on command anywhere, anytime. Nonetheless, within Suryan's private room, our boy looks like he's about to finish his science project with his volcano, so he tells her it's time to explode his lava, and surprisingly, she allows him to do so inside her mini-city. After finishing the epic science volcano explosion experiment, our boy tries to leave, but Suryan decides to do an Allen Iverson crossover to make sure Hyunwoo gets stuck where he is. As such, bro gets denied exit out of her room with his banana tree still stuck inside, so Suryan tells him that he can only leave once Game 2 of the Heat vs Nuggets series is over. Nevertheless, our boy decides to comply with the demands as he can't really help himself but make his dreams come true, even though she's not on his most preferred list within the group. Anyways, after finishing up their rice cake smashing, Suryan heads straight to clean up her open basket, but she starts looking a bit angry, where we discover she was just trying to get a confession from Hyunwoo the entire time. We also learn the fact that those two went as far as Game 4 with the Nuggets leading the series 3-1, so they literally went all night due to the other girls still asleep. Regardless, she came out of the ordeal absolutely angry with herself since it's revealed that a winner can only be crowned if one of the members became the clear favorite for Hyunwoo's first choice of rice cake smashing, and to do so he needs to confess his love to one of them. As such, after finishing up making sure her open net was drained of any stains from the aftermath, Suryan walks out of the room totally invigorated by her newfound motivation of finishing first on this new leaderboard. Now fast forward to the next day back inside headquarters, the group is found to be busy practicing some dance moves for their upcoming tour. Unfortunately, Today is not a good day for dance practice as the girls are more tired than usual, and it seems like everything they ate last night wanted to say hi by Rivalry peeking up the esophagus. However, it turns out Suryan is the only one still totally lively compared to the rest of the group, and the girls can even notice her totally more glowful than before, which signals to every other girl in the world that she's recently visited a banana plantation. But before the girls could figure out why she's so happy today, Suryan literally asserts her dominance by letting every other girl know she's done the rice cake experience with the manager last night. She even continues on by claiming that initially, she thought Hyunwoo would have a very subpar banana tree plantation, but it turns out the reveal totally blew her expectations away as Bro was literally hiding Goliath. She then spends a whole hour telling Blondie and the other girl how crazy the whole bakery was during rice cake smashing and even tells them that Hyunwoo was allowed to watch the volcano explode abruptly more than 3 times. Suddenly, out of nowhere, Rizio interrupts her story absolutely flustered by telling Suryan to stop talking about weird things since it's time for them to start practicing. However, Suryan turns the turntables by instantly closing the gap between the tap and ganking her in front of everyone with blistering speed, and starts to tease her for being so holy compared to the rest of the group. Lucky for Rizio though, the nerd of the group backs her up and tells Suryan to stop being so sussy as there's no time to waste due to their upcoming busy schedule. Fortunately for our boy, Suryan has already sown the seeds of destruction for him, as even the pigtail girl began to start thinking about Hyunwoo's mystical tree as there's no way all the rumors are true. Regardless, fast forward to the afternoon, Hyunwoo finally shows up to work and barges in with a bunch of energizing drinks like a true helpful manager. The girls then instantly stop practicing as break time is a welcome sight after going hard for the past few hours, and luckily for our boy, his favorite member is the first one to grab a refreshing drink, and she tells him she'll happily devour it all. Of course, our boy gets instantly flustered, since it is his number one, but then Suryan squeezes by and takes one as well. However, Suryan is a master at making sure she gets all the attention whenever she wants, so she successfully becomes the distraction and drinks the water like some kind of sussy model, while making sure our boy was watching the entire time. As such, Hyunwoo pulls out the side eye after being mesmerized by her epic acting display, but Bro realizes his brand new banana tree seed has begun to grow again. Luckily for our boy, he gets saved by the bell when the girls' instructor pipes up and tells the girls if they are ready, then it's time for them to get going as they need to focus up due to their intense upcoming schedule. Meanwhile, Hyunwoo heads to the back of the room busy in his head thinking about what happened last night as he has no idea what to do or if he should just act like nothing ever happened. Nonetheless, as our bro is busy recollecting his thoughts and replaying everything that happened last night, he suddenly feels some cold orange juice being pressed to his face. He then snaps back to reality, but he instantly squares up and shouts how cold it is. But then he realizes it's Misaki, the member from Japan with pigtails. After realizing he wasn't under attack or in any imminent danger, Misaki starts to question him if he's feeling okay and asks if there's something wrong. She then decides to re-offer her drink after finally getting his attention and tells Hyunwoo that nothing ever beats something sweet when you are tired. She then decides to pull out some Stacy moves by checking to see if he has a fever, but little does our boy know she was busy staring at his legendary pet behemoth while he wasn't looking. With Mikasa making her move and not the one from Attack on Titan, Surya notices her first rival showing up to play, so she starts watching from afar. As the entire thing plays out like some kind of drama class in high school, Suryan ends up smiling and telling herself she admires that one of her members has the titanic round spheres to chat up. Anyways, we fast forward to later on the evening where Hyunwoo drops off the entire gang at a nearby broadcasting station, but Rizio is the last one inside since she's snoring like Snorlax inside the van. After successfully waking up Rizio as the group can't be tardy another day, our bro sighs for some relief as he begins to realize that being a manager for a popular idol group is really a tough job. He then starts thinking to himself that he should have expected the workload, as they've already been through multiple managers, so turnover is high at the job. However, as he leaves to head back to headquarters, Hyunwoo is yet to find out that the reason all the other managers quit or got fired is because of the girls' sussy beka competition of wanting to see who can conquer the manager the fastest. Regardless, he speeds his way back to headquarters as night begins to fall, since our boy needs to finish up doing some laundry on important clothes for the upcoming tour. But then, as he swings open and enters the laundry room, he simultaneously hears his shower head begin to activate nearby, so Mikasa ends up ganking him by accident, causing him to drop all that he is carrying. Luckily, Mikasa is less aggressive in her journey compared to Suryan, so she actually puts on some defensive armor to help protect Hyunwoo's eyes, and she even apologizes for yelling all of a sudden. Of course, our boy is quick to blame himself even though he did nothing wrong, as he doesn't want to get clapped by the sussy anime movement. But then, just as he thought he was out in the clear after profusely apologizing for barging in without announcing himself, Mikasa decides to ask if he could dry her hair.